announcements. Okay, first, the mid-season premiere of Fear the Walking Dead will air on August 12th. I don't see anybody writing anything down. Y'all need to write it. Also, because it's also my birthday, so I'm gonna need y'all to write it down. Okay. Know this, Talking Dead for Fear will follow each episode, so no more waiting. It's going to be immediate. And also, these are my last two. For those of you looking to catch up on the first half of season 4, it's currently available on AMC.com and the AMC app. And for those who want to watch the whole series, who hasn't seen? Y'all have seen the whole series, but if you want to catch up, it's on Hulu, seasons 1 through 3. All right. I want to say this before we show the trailer. This is a really great show, you guys. We know this, right? Right. Yes? I'm going to show you what's to come in the second half, but if there's anyone here that has not yet had the experience of extra crispy Walking Dead, as I call it, Fear the Walking Dead is amazing. So I'm going to show you this little sneak peek of what's to come in the second half, and then we're going to bring out a whole group of wonderful people for you to meet. All right? Shall we do it? Cast and creators. First of all, we have showrunners and executive producers, Andrew Shambliss and Ian Goldberg. Come on up here, guys. They're responsible for this new look that we're seeing in season 4. Next is the great and powerful Scott M. Gimble. World creator Robert Kirkman. My love, Lenny James, who plays Morgan. Coleman Domingo, who plays Strand. The winsome Denai Garcia, who plays Luciana. The woman that is all things to all people, the beautiful, the wonderful Jenna Elfman, she plays June, Naomi, the beautiful and the strong and the fierce Maggie Grace, who plays Al. Oh, I skipped Garrett. Wait, Garrett Dillahunt, come out here. John Dory, Garrett, come on. Walk together, make it a family thing. Garrett Dillahunt plays John Dory and the beautiful, wonderful Maggie Grace. Then we have executive producers Gail and Hurd, the wonderful Greg Nicotero, and Dave Effort. All right, guys. Hi, everybody. How you feeling? You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. This first question is for Andrew and Ian. What can you tell us about the big storm we just saw in the trailer and what it means for the group? Like Walker's fine, like Dorothy, it was a whole bunch of craziness.
Well, when we last left our characters at the end of season 4A, they were around a campfire. They seemed to be together, but there was a lot of unresolved issues. They have questions about what they mean to each other, to themselves, how they can make up for everything they did. So these are really kind of weighty existential questions.
Yes.
So we thought we'd make it more fun to answer them by throwing walkers at them. 200 miles an hour.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I saw a few familiar faces in the trailer, wonderful actors that we've known for years. Can you tell us who the new cast members are this year?
We can. We have a few really exciting new people that we're going to be seeing in the back half of the season. And they're going to bring very different energies to the show. Some are going to bring humor and a different way of looking at the world. Some are going to bring hope. We're going to maybe take away that hope. But they're going to bring a lot of variety to the show. And you saw them in the trailer, but the actors we're bringing on are Aaron Stanford, Stephen Henderson, Tanya Pinkins, Mo Collins, and Daryl Chilman.
Daryl is the first person we've seen in the Walking Dead universe that's in a wheelchair.
That is correct.
And he's actually in a wheelchair in real life. He's a wonderful guy. And so we're going to get to see how that affects the environment. That's wonderful. Lenny.
Hello.
Hi, Lenny. Lenny, have you gotten a chance to rest since you shot The Walking Dead and Fear back to back? How has that been for you?
Well, I had 4 days in between for Thanksgiving and flying to London. So, not really. I just got back from London the other day. I worked out the other day that I have done 54 hours of television back to back with about 3 weeks break total.
Yeah.
So
that sounds reasonable.
Sounds reasonable. I can't really complain because the alternative is not working.
Not working.
So I'll take this one.
What are you most excited for the fans to see coming from Morgan in the second half of this?
I am actually genuinely most excited about the fans seeing Morgan going to the toilet.
Did you guys hear? He's on the loo. He's going to the loo?
Going to the toilet, going to the bog, going to the loo. I
Yes.
had a conversation, I got a phone call.
Oh, hold on, the boiler
Bog.
The Bog? Is that a British?
That's a British term. Bog, Lou.
It's the best.
There's other ones I can't say. But yeah, I got a telephone call from Andrew and Ian said I had to have a really serious conversation with you, Lenny. There is a thing we're thinking about putting into the script, and we want to be really sure that you are okay with it. And I was like, oh, this is going to be really exciting. And all it was, can we show Morgan going to the toilet? That was it. So I'm really excited about you seeing that.
And I gotta say, he killed it.
Those dailies got us through many a long night of writing.
I felt like a big boy. I did number 2s on my own. And also, you know, there are new challenges for Morgan coming up in the second half about where he belongs and if he belongs and how he belongs. And I'm looking forward to you guys seeing that. Hope you enjoy it.
Hey, Robert, what was it like?
Yes.
Hi. What was it like to see Morgan, a character from the graphic novels, in both worlds? What was that like for you?
I mean, amazing. I think that the character of Morgan has been such a huge part of the Walking Dead series, and it's been really exciting for me. One, because I've been a huge fan of Lenny James for many, many years, long before he was on The Walking Dead, and you know, the opportunity to work with him has been amazing. But the character has lived so far beyond where I took him in the comic book series, and the fact that all of the writers on Walking Dead and now the writers on Fear the Walking Dead have been, you know, building this character, working with Lenny, taking him to places that I could have never foreseen, that I myself, you know, would never have been able to do. Built him into something that is just absolutely amazing and really kind of overshadows what I did with him in the comic in a way that I find like really gratifying. Like to see a nugget that existed in a comic grow into this amazing thing brings me no end of joy.
Awesome. Thank you. That was lovely. Scott,
I'm really excited about this bathroom scene, guys.
Hey,
Morgan
Scott.
in the Bog.
Hey, Scott.
They are at his ankles. Sometimes people leave their...
Scott. Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. Scott. Okay, so when you sat down with Andrew and Ian and you said, we're doing this, what were your goals for the second half of the season?
to be just by way of variety different from the first. There's a little program called Pete and Pete. Yeah, there you are. The gentleman on that show said they were pursuing sad, funny, strange, beautiful. So we checked all those boxes and we added scary and screwed out.
Awesome. Awesome. Dave? Hi, Dave. That's Dave Albert down there, you guys. Dave, what will it mean for our group if they don't have a home base like the stadium or the hotel?
You know, I think having a home base allows you to have a sense of safety and security.
Yeah.
I think once you lose that, it makes it sort of, there's constant threat and visceral danger pretty much at every turn. So
Right.
I think it's going to be pretty exciting, pretty scary in the second half.
Awesome. Hey, Alicia.
Hey.
Hi. It's your birthday today.
Hey!
I just want you to. I'm just trying to tell you in case you didn't know.
Like, it was weird. I was like, is that? I can't remember.
Yes, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Oh, no.
Come on, happy birthday to you. Do it fast. I was wrong. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Birthday girl, what was the experience like shooting the hurricane scenes for you?
This is actually probably a really great time to bring it up.
Yes.
With Ian and Andrew.
Let's do it.
I swear you guys have like a vendetta against me. I was like, every single episode, I'm in like water or a hurricane or in a basement somewhere. And, like, just, I don't know, not the above.
Or all of the above.
But it's funny because I already, when I read it, I'd already done like a Storm movie before with actually Sarah Wayne Callie from The Walking Dead.
Yes.
So when I read it, I was just like, oh Lord, this is just gonna be like a whole thing. Like, because it's fun when you read it on paper, but the reality of shooting something like that it is uncomfortable, to say the least. Like, it's super fun looking back, but at the time,
Yes.
like, it's just a lot. Like, there are 100-mile-an-hour wind fans who are in, like, wet suits every day and like, wet jeans, and then you're like trying to like awkwardly get yourself out of wet jeans to go to lunch so you're not like freezing. It's like a bizarre sort of way to spend your time.
Yeah.
But so when I read it, I was like, oh, this is just gonna be like a week from hell. But it was actually fantastic. And it's funny though, we had one day on set where it actually did storm, but you can't really shoot in a storm on a set because of all the legal stuff.
Yeah.
So we had to like postpone production
Had to
for
wait
like
out.
5 hours while the real storm happened, and then we went right back to our fake storm.
No.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Awesome. Happy birthday. Hey, Greg Nicotero. Michael. Yes. Executive producer, special effects genius, director. What
All
did you-
around great.
All around great guy, great hair, lovely
Great hair.
family. You should just
Great guitar
bless.
player.
What did you have to take into consideration when you were designing the walkers for the crossover to Fear?
Well, you know, the first couple seasons, they were always referred to as infected. They were recently turned. So we never were able to really push the envelope. And knowing that we were jumping in time on Fear and Lenny was coming into the fray, it gave us the opportunity to really create some continuity between Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. And one of the main constants are the walkers. So I'm tremendously proud of my team. A lot of the makeups that you saw in the trailer, we were really able to step it up a lot. And based on what Alicia was saying, for me, watching the dailies of the tornado scene and having all the stunt guys hooked up to cables and they're standing in the foreground of a shot and all of a sudden they get whisked out on these cables. It was really wild. You know, I mean, between Scott and Ian and Andrew, you know, we want to make sure that Fear has its own identity, its own fingerprint. So the walker gags are different. You know, the walker that got run over by the truck. Everything that we do, we want to make sure that you guys are getting a different experience. And this season, especially with the addition of the new cast, it really is a new show. It's a show that I love watching, and I'm really excited for you guys to see what's happening. But we've been able to kind of up our game in terms of the walkers and the prosthetic stuff. And
this is the thing, you guys. Greg is very honest. Even if it's something that he works on, he's very honest. So it's not like he's like, watch this show because it's great. I'm telling you guys, you want to get into Fear. It is really like, it's really good.
It's awesome. The scripts, I remember reading the scripts and I'd get to the end and I couldn't wait to see what
the next
happened. There's a really unique way the writers are crafting these stories that have a smidge of a cliffhanger each one that leaves you wanting more.
Yes.
And for the second half of the season, that happens more so.
He's taking a swig of water right now, but I would like to talk to the finest, the cleanest, the sharpest. Come on, you better let him have it. Let him have it. Show it, model it, give it. It's all for you. It's all for you, baby. Take it in like that sip of water he just took. Okay. Coleman?
Yes. Yes, my love.
In the sneak peek of Talking Dead, we saw the sneak peek of this coming up. We saw it on Talking Dead.
Yeah.
We see Strand sipping wine in a mansion.
He's sipping.
Sipping his whole life. What's happening? What does that say about Strand? What's going on?
I think it says a lot about Strand. I think that he and some of his comrades have found a mansion. And they're holed up in there for a while. And that's, you know, they're in recovery in some ways of the past events. And I think that Strand, in his best self, he always feels that he should be back in the elevated state of a mansion. So he found a mansion in decay, but it had an incredible wine cellar.
See?
And so what Strand plus wine cellar equals?
Come on, y'all. A good time.
He's having a good old time.
Good time.
So I think he's just, you know, decided that this is where he is right now, and this is his lot. And we'll see where that takes him. See if that mansion is a place where he can do some thinking, or is becoming his prison, and we'll see. And then he needs to move off into the world in some way. And you'll see, he's, you know, it's very active with everyone this season, this back half. So everyone's in process.
Okay, I'll take it. Deny.
Yes.
Hi, Deny. What has been the most memorable experience for you shooting the show in Texas?
I love Texas.
Yes.
I love Austin. If anyone is from Texas, it's my second home, our second home now. But I had an incident, you know, we worked for so many hours. we wake up at 4, we go to sleep at 8. Usually the banks are closed. We don't work normal hours.
Oh, so fun.
Shush. Oh my God, Dios mío. So anyway, I tell the lady at the base camp, can I please go to the bank? I need some temporary checks because I run out of checks. Like normal people, we run out of checks. So we figure out an hour to go to the bank, and I cannot take my costume off. I have to go. It's like 3 blocks from our set. It's like the first time we're in the city. Usually we're really far away. Banks are not close. So we've managed to get a van. I get to the bank. And, it's my normal bank. It's the bank that I usually go. And I show my ID. And the lady said, that's not you. I said, well, no, it's me. This is not real. I mean, I'm covered kind of like in blood. I actually, to look better, I put my hair up because usually my hair is really down and it's a mess. So I was like, okay, I look better. I mean, my makeup lady, she was like, let me put some clips on you. Oh, okay, good. So the lady doesn't recognize who I am. I'm like, no, it's me. This is makeup. I'm doing a show. We're really close. We are. She's like, I need to call my supervisor. I'm like, oh my God, this is really serious. Anyway, I was like, okay, well, we need to do something because I need to go back to work. She's like, what show are you on? And I said, it's Fear the Walking Dead. And she looked at me, she's like, that's in Georgia. I was like, no, that's The Walking Dead. This is Fear the Walking Dead. This is a prequel. We kind of like, we explain how everything happened. She's like, like, oh my gosh, she's just like, she doesn't know.
How long did this take? Did you make
I started getting calls from production. I was getting in trouble and I was like, I really need to go back to work. She's like, so you kill zombies? I'm like, well, I'm trying to. I need to go back to work. Anyway, I got my checks. Yay! So the best part is I go back to set and I tell my peers, I'm like, guys, you won't believe what happened. And Alicia looked at me and she said, Janai, did you go like that? I said, yeah. Just like, your clips and your hair. I'm like, what? It's pink, red, green. I look like a crazy woman trying to look right.
Like, of course they're not going to give you money. You look crazy. She's like, yeah, we're just working at the hospital down the road. Like that.
And the hospital was abandoned. And so it made me even crazier.
What's wrong in every level? I tried, but I got my checks.
I love it.
She's got like dirty clothes on because we're so used to being in like dirty clothes.
I've been in those clothes for 7 months. I feel like I was normal.
It's just like a normal outfit though. I was like, yeah, but
I love it. Maggie Grace. Hi, Maggie Grace. Did you guys see Maggie Grace's outfit? Maggie Grace.
I'm just trying to compare.
Maggie Grace,
Oh
let him
my
have it.
God, he's like
Maggie, let him have it.
all of our
Maggie, let him have it.
To us.
Show it.
Maggie.
Show it. Maggie, show it.
I don't think they're gonna ask me to do that.
And Maggie,
I think your outfit, you changed your shirt.
Redneck.
And you decided to change it to that.
That's right.
yeah.
So you were like, why did you change it? Are you gonna go?
Don't
Like
divert attention from your outfit.
It looks like it's got blood on it already.
Yeah.
It looks like you could have worn it on set.
I dressed a deer before we
We just don't for you guys.
Garrett and I took a picture and made a comment about, black woman next to a man in that. And he said,
I don't remember.
you don't remember?
No, tell me.
I got me a black woman. I loved it. I think it's great.
Here's how it went.
But this question, it's funny, you guys, come on. Okay, so this question is for Maggie. Send your letter. I'll send the letters to me. I'll take the letters. Maggie Grace. We've seen how and she's still recovering from what Garrett said and made me say. Okay, we've seen how Althea observes everyone through the lens of the camera, but will she take more of an active role within the group going forward?
Yeah, I think she tells herself it's, holding the journalistic convention and objectivity, but I think, in the same way that Morgan's been through a hell of a lot, and we haven't sort of dug into what Althea's been through.
Right.
It's a lot. I think anyone that's survived this long in the apocalypse has certainly a fair bit of trauma. And
Yes.
And I think she's still doing that calculation that we all do in life of whether or not we can risk love.
Yeah.
But I think, we've seen how much this group has gone through together, and even though it's not always the tribe they might have chosen, like bizarrely their strengths and weaknesses are really perfect for each other and survival, and I think she really leans in.
Love that answer. And speaking of love, I love these two together so much. You guys know I ship. I'm a shipper. Jenna Elfman and Garrett Dillahunt. They love it too. Why do you guys think that the relationship between John and June, Naomi, Laura, I don't know why she got 12 names, y'all, resonates so much with the fans? What is it? What's this magic?
I don't know. I guess we should ask them, but I think we're adorable.
I think you're adorable too. I think you're adorable too.
Oh, man.
And you know what? These two people both have an inherent kindness as human beings that I think helps with the chemistry between them as characters, because Jenna and Garrett are both lovely. But what do you guys think the magic is? What is it about working together that you think resonates with people?
I think the fact that we adore each other anyway, and I think I love what we create together. I ship us myself.
Yay!
That's weird to say, but I think this broken love story in this home of the apocalypse is an important one, and that these two people, his unconditional love is so healing that anyone who comes in his proximity heals and improves, like when he and Morgan first came into contact and how they contributed to each other's survival. And I think, when I wash up literally in front of his cabin, and his care and sweetness, which is so inherent in Garrett himself anyway, I certainly...
Garrett's like, that's great.
No, it is, and I like, as an artist, I flourished being on set with him every day, and this was like a big deal for me coming onto the show. For myself, it was intimidating. And
Done a great job, Jenna.
Thank you. That it was, and with Michael Satrazimis directing it, and he's such a lovely. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. That there's so much love here, and with Ian and Andrew and Scott and Greg and Gail and Garrett and Mikey, I just felt like I could arrive and I felt safe.
Yeah.
And when you feel safe, you can expand and you can heal and grow. And so it felt like this love that was happening in real life was happening on the screen and in the story. And that broken love, I think, is an important one coming onto this show and in this whole universe. And I think that's why people responded so well. I think a love story in this apocalyptic territory is an important story to tell.
I agree. Hey, Garrett?
Yeah.
What's something that you'd like to see from John Dory that you haven't seen yet? What's something you want to bless us with?
I'm in the bog.
Yeah, have a piss up with Lenny in the bog. Yeah, I threw one in.
Careful what you wish for.
I don't know, man. I really like all the things I get to do. I'm kind of a comic book geek myself, and there was this comic when I was a kid called Lone Wolf and Cub. You know that? There's this wandering samurai who had a baby on his back. And this really wouldn't work well on a show, so I don't really want to do it. But I kind of want a baby on my back with my little guns and things. I think that would be kind of fun. But realistically, I think we don't really know much about John's past. We know why he moved to the cabin and all that stuff, but we haven't met his family, or if he had one, or did he have a wife? It'll be fun to explore that, I think, as time goes on.
Gail?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Gail.
Hey, man.
Will there still be tension within the group for characters with questionable pasts, like June, Naomi, Laura, and Charlie?
My hair.
She's got 12 names.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you first say that your name is Laura, and then no, it's Naomi.
He named
No,
me
really,
Laura.
June.
I didn't do it.
Well, yeah, but
I just wouldn't tell him my name.
Exactly. And then you up and left him.
I know. I up and
Yeah.
left the lover.
Yeah.
Who knows what John screams out? You know?
So I think that I think that we're dealing with clearly wounded people. And let's not forget that Charlie was the mole inside the stadium.
Yes, she was.
For the vultures, and
She did.
responsible for
the death.
So, it's going to be hard to overcome these things. And You know, so we'll see how and if they can integrate within the group. You know, it really depends on, are they going to embrace Madison's philosophy?
Oh, Madison.
Or are they going to be essentially, you know, in it for themselves and keep people out?
Yeah.
So you'll have to watch and see.
Y'all need to watch and see. I'm telling you, this show is great. Coleman? Hi,
Yeah.
honey. You directed an episode of Fear this season. What was it? Yes.
That experience was phenomenal. And at first, and I have to give it up because I took a colleague of mine to see a play that I directed in LA. And she turns to me and she says, I think you should direct for the show. And I thought, I think you're right. And it was Gail and her. So from then on, I just know that I've been so supported and embraced by AMC in particular, all the executives and the teams, and especially our showrunners, our new showrunners, our old showrunners. I think that, you know, that I just knew that I was set up to win in every single way. Like every single person on the stage wanted me to win.
Yeah.
And so my team, my DP, the first ADs, they all got behind, you know, this, you know, I've been directing in theater for 25 years, so I was taking what I learned from there. But I've been, you know, shadowing. I shadowed, you know, Andrew Bernstein a couple times last season, and Michael Satrazemis has been a great mentor of mine, really helping me, you know, just, you know, being open. Everyone's just open to say, hey, is this something you want to do? We want to help you do it.
Love that.
And so it's been beautiful. And my episode, it, you know, features a couple great stalwarts on this stage.
Oh, shucks.
And they really
Well, shout out. Who did the best job?
well, basically, Jenna and Lenny and Maggie were the stars of my.
Oh,
It was
And they really-
likely one of my favorite episodes.
what was it like, Maggie? Tell us what it was like being directed by Coleman.
Coleman's not going to say it, so I'll say it for him. He did a phenomenal and he was absolutely amazing. And I think that the real benefit we got from Coleman as the actors is that he knows the shorthand. We already shoot a show like a movie in 8 days. Coleman had 7 days, and he made it feel like we had 12 days because the shorthand what just meant we could go further in less time, and it was a great experience, and he will do more. He has to do more, otherwise I'm not
So
out
good.
to play.
Oh no! I mean, we got his director's cut, and we were blown away. It was. You said you were set up to win, and you most definitely did.
So infinitely prepared. And then he has this like handy sidekick for all the sort of dark side called the sock puppet. Like he's the most giving, loving, sweet, nurturing director who just again has all the shorthand. And then sock puppet.
And literally, Mandy, one of our makeup artists, made me a sock puppet and had a little beret
Like
around
a
my
beret,
ear,
cigar.
just like me, and a little beard. And he's really mean. And he's sort of like, you know, he breaks things down and he curses, he's got a filthy mouth, it's inappropriate. And then there's sweet Coleman, who's going to be nurturing and loving in the room. So I let him do my dirty work.
Alicia, I hear that there's a Alicia episode coming up. What are you excited about that?
It was the most rewarding episode of television ever. I got to work with Michael Satrazemis. We both just became like we just adored each other by the end of it because we worked so hard. It's a full episode basically with Alicia, and what's so important about this is that Alicia's lost her mother and her brother. She's the only one left from the Clark family. She's also the only person left from the pilot. I'm just going to point that out. And I've been waiting for a chance to see her on her own and how she's actually going to deal with all of this. Because it's not just whether she, can she keep going?
Yeah.
And if she can, is she going to be more like her mother? Is she able to step into those shoes? Is she going to be better? Is she going to be worse? Is she able to come back from that darkness? And really, we've seen her in a dark place, and it's only going to get worse before it gets better. And this is the one episode, it's like a capsule episode where we get to really get inside her mind. We get to see her involved with the storm in a lot of ways. That's sort of like a personification of her inner turmoil workings, and that's been really fun to play against. It was just, we poured our hearts into that episode, and it's coming up soon, and it's got a very interesting pairing of people that kind of come to find her and how she deals with it. It's I don't know. I haven't seen it. Maybe it's like chocolate.
No, it's gonna be great. I like that you told us without giving us too much. We still get to see and enjoy. We're gonna open up for questions in about 5 minutes. So if you guys want to carefully find the mic, safety second, kindness
I just want to
first.
say hi
Kindness
to
first.
everybody in the way back. Hi. Hi, all of you. Oh, we hear you. We see you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sleeping in those lines. You're awesome.
I want to ask one more question before I throw to these wonderful women. Lenny, is it strange not knowing what's happening in season 9 of The Walking Dead?
Yeah, it's really strange. There's a way we get our scripts. We get it through a particular kind of program on our iPads, and you have to put in a special thing, and so that you don't get a hard copy, and it's watermarked with your name on it. And I used to be on The Walking Dead one, and then I go into it, and it's there on my computer, but I can't get into it, so I don't know what's happening.
Locked you
And they
out,
won't tell me.
Lenny.
And it's kind of annoying, but I don't tell them what's going on this show, so.
These three lovelies. Hi, ladies. Hi, what's your names?
I'm Cassidy. I'm Ashley. I'm Leilani.
Hi, honeys. What do you got?
My question is for the birthday girl.
Hi,
So, who do you think would win in a fight, Lexa or Alicia Clark?
Oh, actually,
That's a
that's a
good
good
one.
question now. Because Alicia Clark has stepped up. She's like, but Lex has been trained for it.
What?
I'm gonna go, it's Lexa, I think. It's Lexa. Yeah. Also, I think obviously people are happy about that answer, so we'll go with that.
Hi, honey bun. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Kylie.
Hi, Kylie. What's your question?
Since Morgan crossed over from The Walking Dead to Fear the Walking Dead, my question is anybody else gonna cross over?
Ooh, is anybody else coming?
I mean, it's a shared universe, so it's possible. I would never tell you at this moment, but I really want to.
If someone's coming, wink.
What's
You just wink. That's twice. I mean, two people are coming. Well, hello, Negan. No? Yes, right?
Glen Reese season 1.
Oh, I did see that. I saw that, guys. I didn't.
And it's a season 1 Lucille.
Yeah, I'm a little traumatized by the mixture of that. Okay, go. I'm sorry. Question.
My name's Kayla.
Hi, Kayla.
Hi. I was just wondering, is Al gay? Because I want her to be.
There we go.
I mean, there's a lot we don't know about Al yet, and to keep watching because we're gonna, start to dig into who she is a little bit more.
That's a great. No, what
we
he
got
said
the tongue.
maybe. Pumpkin.
We got the tongue.
Come on, we don't need the tongue. Said maybe. Maybe's good, you guys. Maybe is great. I love a maybe. Okay, sir. That was a great Glen Reed, by the way. Yes.
Hi, my name is Edgar.
Hi, Edgar.
My question is, although we may never really know, what do you guys think caused the zombie virus? Or flu, or whatever it is?
The meth from Breaking Bad.
That's confirmed. That's canon.
It just became canon. Hi.
Hello, my name is Sean. I really enjoyed the last season. I know that the narrative was done this way to sort of conceal the big surprises, but for the actors, what was it like filming something where part of it wouldn't be revealed until they had a flashback, maybe 3 or 4 episodes down the line? And for the writers, are you going to continue this format of having flashbacks and current time going on in the upcoming seasons?
Thanks, Sean.
Well, I mean, that structure was really exciting for us to get to sort of tell those emotional stories across time, and also to see the actors embody, sort of very different versions of the characters from the past to where they are in the present, and it's kind of filling in the gaps of how the person that they were in flashbacks became the person we see in the present. And I think it was was really exciting to watch all that come to life, and because of these guys, all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to play as well. As an actor, you get to play two versions of yourself, or that character, I should say, which is always exciting. As for how it transpires, we kind of get a general arc, so some of the big surprises we were talking about, we already knew about, and that helps us be able to jump back and forth from those two timelines. But yeah, it's kind of tricky, because often you're like, wait, what timeline are we in? And like, should I be ready right now? Okay,
No,
yes, we're all-